welcome back to another episode of Riqueza podcast. I'm your host, Lia Landaverde, the Latino Wealth Activist. And usually I say I talk the realness of money. But today we're going to have a different conversation. Today we're going to do a little check in. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's been going on with me, my mental health, and just la energía que ando estos días, like what I'm bringing to the table these days and how I'm vibing, how I'm feeling. And to start off, I've been going through a lot. Okay. I know I've shared a little bit about my mental health journey, especially on TikTok and Instagram. I've shared more about what's been going on, but I wanted to also take some time to share like the story and kind of where I'm at with my mental health and medication, as well as the feelings that have resulted out of this whole journey. Now, my mental health has struggled since as long as I can remember, but mostly, especially when I started identifying as queer when I was 15 years old, that was when the heavy mental health battle started because I already automatically knew that my life was going to be different. And especially by the time when I came out, gay marriage wasn't legal. So it was a big issue within la comunidad, especially just even feeling safe as a queer individual. And that has impacted my mental health, the way that my parents navigated themselves around me. And I have some other baggage from my childhood. But regardless, I started my journey, my mental health journey around the age of 21. That's when I started my first sessions of therapy. And especially during that corporate banking life, you already know I had to see my therapist. And I was lucky enough to one, have benefits, just such a beneficio if you have benefits or like insurance to cover therapy. And I also used the employee services program. I forgot what it's called, but most corporate businesses offer like free therapy for a certain amount of sessions. And so I took advantage of that. Now, long story short, I was diagnosed with severe depression and mild to severe anxiety. And now that I'm at the age that I'm at, I kind of know exactly what my triggers are and how to navigate my depression. Like I know what puts me there and I sometimes don't know how to get out, but it's because sometimes I'm just in a very dark place or heavy emotional place. And I know that now my anxiety triggers my depression. Okay. And it takes time to realize kind of how your condition is if you suffer from mental health. It's only a relationship with you. Like you can only understand yourself. No one else can really understand you. And through life, I have learned how to navigate those emotions. And the one experience that I had was being on meds that really changed my life. I was on fluoxetine on, I think it was like 10 milligrams. I don't remember what, or 40 milligrams. No, I don't remember. I don't remember what milligram I was on. I just know it was medium from the scale of like hella dosed and not dosed at all. But when I was on fluoxetine, the side effects were so it was just a heavy insomnia for the first 2 weeks, lots of anxiety at night. Me sentía así como, just did not feel great. But after the 2 weeks, I was starting to come alive again. Okay. I was on medication for a year. And I loved that year experience of my life. I was highly motivated, highly driven. I was working out all the time, eating good. I did everything for my body and my mental health. Like I am so holistic also as an individual that I try to eat good. I try to make sure what I consume also benefits my body and my mind. And during that time, I was doing all of that. But when I moved into my parents' house, okay, fast forward, I stopped taking my medication because I wanted to feel my emotions. I wanted to feel that anxiety and sadness that I had internally because a lot of that was triggered by my family. As a first gen queer Latina, there's just some things in the Latin culture that just aren't acceptable, and queer is being one of them, which impacted a lot of my anxiety and my depression. So this was what, 2021, I think? Yes, 2021. I stopped taking my medication. I'm telling you all of these things because I think it's important for you to know all that so you understand where I'm at now. I stopped taking my medication and I had to really feel those feelings that I held back because I felt like my medication was also making me numb. Now, all of this is important to know because after to May of 2021, May, June, I was, sober Sally, no medication to ever help me with my depression and anxiety. So the last 2 years have been rough. rough. And I didn't even realize how rough it was until now, where I'm back on meds. I'm 2 months into meds and I feel amazing. Okay. But these 2 years have been so rough. And I want to address the fact that if we have mental health problems, it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to get medication. And there is no issue in that. It's more about how do you feel and are you gonna be okay? Like I'd rather worry about my mental health than like the perception of la comunidad or of my family. And my family even calls them happy pills. My parents literally know that these are like my family knows that these are my happy pills and I'm okay with that. But these last 2 years have been rough. Okay. So I've been like cycles of depression. And thing is on social media, I don't show a lot of that because obviously social media is like this perception of good things are happening in people's lives and stuff. But for me, me quedaba tirada en la cama, deprimida, ni me quería levantar, ni, like I would have episodes of crying and depression over the family and loss and mourning people who are alive and being low contact with my family. And it was just a lot. And especially through moving and navigating being an entrepreneur, money fluctuating, and Zany over here wasn't feeling well for a period of time. She was sick. It was just a lot of heavy stuff going on, man. And I'm not gonna lie, 2023 has beat me up. And it wasn't until the day after my birthday, July 8th is my birthday. It wasn't until the day after that I started feeling more alive and more awake. And the only reason is because of medicine. And I had to come to terms that I could not continue my life without getting some emotional support. And that happened to be pills. So currently I'm on escitalopram. I'm on 40 milligrams. And the first 2 weeks being on the meds, honestly, I had low side effects. The only thing was a little bit of a headache and una desesperación, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't nothing like compared to fluoxetine. It liberated me from this sadness. I didn't know I was carrying on a sad cloud. And honestly, I should have known because there was a lot of, red flags happening even before then. Like I would go to yoga y no sentía nada. Just be like, stretching and did not care. And usually when I go to yoga, it's more of a spiritual experience for me, a release of energy and healing versus it wasn't doing shit to me. If anything, I was just telling myself a lot of things. I'm in scarcity mindset. And scarcity mindset can also come from just normal things in our life and it has nothing to do with money sometimes. But in this instance, money was on the table, my emotional health, family, everything, like everything was hitting me all at once. And I'm lucky to have Zany by my side and having a partner there to support me because honestly, like it was both for both of us. We were going through it and I decided to get help and I used the Her app to get access to healthcare, to the medicine, because I don't have insurance right now. And that's the truth. And when I got on this medicine after the 2 weeks of like going through it, right? Wow, it's like the haze gone. I'm finding joy in so much of the little things. Like, me encanta hacer un cafecito en la mañana o que me lo traiga Zany. I love the extra creamer or the little bit of caramel that Zany puts on there. Or when she gives me the mug that says, fuck off. Like, there's just little things that are just bringing me so much joy now that I am no longer so concerned on my mental health. Like, I feel like I can finally balance my life. I can go to yoga and feel relaxed. And I think that's the most important thing in my life is feeling relaxed. I could not feel relaxed on my day to day basis. And it was just hard to come to terms with that and realizing this is the other side. I'm like, damn, Leah, you were going through it, and why did you continue to do that to yourself? Solo porque no querías que la gente te juzgara o qué pedo, like what was going on. And so I share with this all with you. And I'm doing this little check in because now I'm in this phase of gratitude. And even through all the work that I've done, I've been super grateful for it. But I feel like there wasn't that esa energía that like I was grateful for, right? And now I'm feeling it. I am so grateful. And gratitude goes a long fucking way. And the only reason I say that is because now that I'm like on this, I guess like you would call it the abundance mindset, I have shifted from scarcity to abundance mindset. I have seen my work come into fruition. I have seen the response of the universe or God trying to tell me that, Leah, tienes que estar aquí. Everything that you've done was for a reason. Everything that you've experienced is for a reason. And all my clients know that I teach them about the highs and lows of life. Like a veces no, la vida nos pega bien duro. to teach us, are we going to use the skill sets that we've learned to beat this, or are we going to continue to do the mistakes that we've already, like the cycles that we've continued to do in life? Because I feel like life is a cycle. Like the same shit comes back over and over again. It's just a matter of how you react to it and how you navigate that. So this time I said, universe, you know what? Jesus, take the wheel. You are in control. I'm going to stop controlling every scenario. The only thing I knew that I needed was help. So I got some help. And wow, the universe said, all right, bet, I got you. And there's so many times that I was thinking, you know what, I have to stop Riqueza. I have to stop all that I'm doing. Es que estoy bien overwhelmed. Do people even care about this? Am I tripping? Like, is this even important? And I know, right? Like I got to that point, and well, I told the universe, hey, universe, should I get a 9 to 5 or should I continue what I'm doing? Because I love what I do. This is my dream job, being able to create content, share my story, help my clients out, help you guys out. I just did a workshop on Get Smart with Debt. Y'all loved it. Y'all showed out. And I couldn't be more grateful. Like, I'm so happy that I'm in this space now, that I've gotten the help and that I can actually see my community, like for who you guys are and what you guys have done for me, because I would not be here if it wasn't for you guys. And I share all of this because I really do want you to know that I see y'all as my besties. I might not know everything that's going on in your life, and I might not even, fully know you, or you maybe just like my stuff and you watch my stories or watch my videos on TikTok. And thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Because your love for me and support for me has only given me more opportunities to give back, and estoy tan agradecida. One thing that I've been practicing often is saying gratitude, or doing a gratitude practice every single day in some way, shape, or form. Whether I say it out loud, whether I write it out, whether I journal it in a book or put in my notes app, or whether I just tell someone that I'm grateful for them. I have really seen a change in my gratitude practice and the way that my mental health has navigated that too. And it takes me back to a time when I started Riqueza podcast back like 2 years ago, before it was the episodes that are now, that I had many different episodes back then. I remember when I was doing the trauma of money, I had to do a 20-day gratitude practice where every single day I had to either write, journal, or say out loud how grateful I was, or what that feeling of gratitude was in my life. What did that feel like to me? And what does gratitude feel like when someone says that, even to me, like, I'm grateful for you? And for me, it feels like a warm hug. When someone tells me they're grateful for me, I feel like I'm getting hugged. And when I tell someone I'm grateful, like me telling you right now, I'm very grateful for y'all. Like, you might not know me that well, but y'all are my besties in my heart. And Riqueza has been created not because of me. Like, it's not about me. Riqueza was never about me. Latina Wealth Activist, yeah, is about me. But Riqueza is about the wealth that we create as a collective, as a whole, as marginalized communities, as queer folk, as immigrants, as first generation. That is what Riqueza is. And you guys have only proved to me that this is the mission that I need to continue on, and be in the lane that I need to continue to fight for. Because sometimes it gets scary. Sometimes there's a lot of things out there that you feel like, oh my God, am I enough? Imposter syndrome. Am I going to have enough money to even pay for all of this, or running my business, or am I getting enough clients? Like, these things go through my head. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like another entrepreneur. But, one thing that I do believe in is gratitude and trusting the universe. Now more than ever, I have put my trust in the universe to show me, is this the path that I need to be on? And if you've ever been in that moment, or if you're questioning what's going on in your life right now, trust the universe, trust yourself, right? Look at yourself and be like, am I doing the things that I want to be doing? Do I love what I do? Am I trusting my intuition? Am I listening to myself and my body and what it wants in life? Am I following through with the path that I'm supposed to be on? And if not, why? Why are we stuck? Why are we not on that path? Right. And luckily, the universe has showed up for me and told me that, Leah, this is the path that you need to be on. And you guys have confirmed that for me as well. And I just wanted to express that gratitude. Whether you guys start a gratitude practice of your own, whether you just listen to this and be like, wow, Leah, I don't know. I wanted to make this episode sweet, and simple, but know that the journey of mental health really impacts your life as an entrepreneur, even as an employee. Because I struggled with my mental health when I worked for Goldman. Like, I still struggled with that, and it's okay. Here I am, and I'm getting better as we go, getting the help that I need. And it's been over 5 years since I've started this mental health journey of mine. And right now, like, I'm finding a lot of solidarity and support, especially in the yoga community. I'm a big yogi. I want to get yoga teacher certified. I actually started a mini holistic community on that journey. It's called Tranqui Yoga. If you want to check it out, you don't have to. It's more for me than anything in my local community. My goal is to open a yoga studio one day for La Cultura, so for La Comunidad, and that's gonna happen hopefully in the next year or two. I don't know, but I do love movement, and I've realized that moving my body and being able to be in tune with my body and be able to move and just find balance in my mind and my soul and my heart, and it's just so important. I can't until you're there and in it, meaning just journaling, being mindful, having gratitude practices, being able to breathe. Like, even just breathing is so important. And I highly recommend, if you haven't done yoga any shape or form, check out a class. ClassPass, I love ClassPass. If you want to use ClassPass, I'll put it in the podcast notes. ClassPass lets you try out, and this is not sponsored, it's just like the way that I do yoga. I just pay for ClassPass and I get to try out different yoga studios and find my teachers. I love finding women of color yoga teachers because there's not a lot of them. And when I do happen to find them, I just feel so divinely connected with them. I'm like, yes, and yoga teachers are truly healing. Like, good ones are truly healing. And I cannot rave about it enough. And that's another outlet of mine that I've been using to express gratitude, is through moving my body, because I'm so grateful for myself and my body to able to, like, move my limbs. It's all about gratitude, man. Like, it really is. And I sit here and say all of that because we have to start with gratitude. We have to start with what we're grateful for. And that also helps us with our money mindset. Because when we reflect on, wow, I love our life. Like, I love my house. I love this couch. I love this aguacatito, over here. I love these pillows. I love myself. When's the last time you told yourself that you loved yourself? Ask yourself. Are you grateful for yourself? Are you grateful for your body? Are you grateful for your mind? Are you grateful for what you're doing for yourself? I think it's so important that we ask ourselves these questions and also say that we love ourselves. I haven't said I love myself in a really long time. And it wasn't until last week I went to a yoga sound bath. So it does like light stretching and then a sound bath. And the maestra was saying, I want you guys to repeat after me. And she's like, tell yourself you love yourself. And I remember I thought in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I've never said that. Like, it's been so long. And she made me say it 10 times. It was the hardest thing to do. And I was like, yeah, I need to do better. I need to do better if I haven't said I love myself in a while. So I'm trying to push that onto you guys. I want you guys to tell yourself that you love yourself and that everything is happening on divine time, and that you are not your money. You are way more than your money. You have so much more value here on this earth. And I highly recommend that you start a gratitude practice, whether it's journaling, whether you're telling people you're grateful for them, whether you're telling yourself you're grateful for yourself, listening to meditations, whatever that looks like for you. Practice some gratitude, because at the end of the day, our lives, I feel like, for me, and I say this with privilege, but I look back at my parents' journey and how they crossed borders to get here. And here I am living in a loft that I worked so hard for. And I've highly earned this, but I'm so grateful for all of this, to know where my parents come from and everything my parents work hard for. For me to have this, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. So reflect on your life. What are you grateful for? What generational curse have you broken through and created a new life for yourself? Like, what have you done for yourself that's new and empowering? And same thing comes with our money, right? What have you done with your money that's new and empowering? Because all those little wins become big wins. All right. And it all starts with gratitude, even in our financial journey. Once I started taking my medicine and feeling a lot more clarity, a lot of that stress of that money anxiety also went away, because I also get anxious just like you guys. I have that same type of feeling and pressures and stress, especially as an entrepreneur. And the second that I got on my medication and realized that everything's going to be okay, everything's going to work out the way that it needs to. And I tell this to my clients on a day-to-day basis, and I don't even tell myself. But the universe has showed out for me. The universe has said, you know what, Leah, this is the divine path that you're supposed to be on. Trust yourself. Trust this pathway. I'm being guided. I'm divinely guided. I don't know what else to say. And I just want you guys to look and reflect back on your life. Think about what you're grateful for. Okay. So we're on to big and better things. I have released that fog of depression and anxiety. And don't get me wrong, it still kind of comes back sometimes. But now, with the help of my partner, medicine, therapy, all of my lovely friends and support in my comunidad, ustedes, you have really showed out and helped me get through all of this. Trust me, the videos and the support that I've gotten have really, really motivated me to continue, because trust me, there's days that I want to stop. So that is all. I just want to say I'm grateful for you guys. I want you guys to pass this gratitude forward. Tell yourself that you love yourself, and tell someone else that you're grateful for them. Thank you for listening to Riqueza podcast. This is just a little mental health check-in episode. I'll share more about what's been going on here in the next few episodes, but please, 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 please do me a favor. Not only share this episode and rate this episode and subscribe to this episode on your favorite streaming platform, but please join my Riqueza Club. It's free, and it's not going to be free forever. The Riqueza Club is our Slack channel where I post weekly money chismes, where we check in with ourselves, express our gratitude. You find out all what's going on inside the Riqueza Club and the Riqueza movement and everything like that. Because stay tuned, because I have something big coming. I have some news que lo tengo aquí, and I want to share with everybody, but I can't. So check out the Riqueza Club. Join, is free. You can find all those links in the podcast notes, or you can go to my Instagram or TikTok and find those links as well. But thank you, bestie, for listening to Riqueza podcast. I am so grateful for you. Gracias por el apoyo. We're on episode 13, and there's so many more to go. I'll see y'all next time, and adios, besos.